Do you remember that total eclipse of the sun that everybody went gaga for? Yeah, I missed it, but that's okay. I have another eclipse I can look at.
This is the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, and for anyone who remembers the old Mitsubishi Eclipse, this doesn't look anything like that. But Mitsubishi had to make room for itself in the burgeoning SUV market, so the outdated Eclipse, well, it got eclipsed. The Eclipse Cross, however, is hoping to reclaim some of the cachet from its sporty predecessor. To start, Mitsubishi made some pretty bold choices with the exterior. From its front dynamic shield to its muscular fenders and high hip point, personally, I think the Eclipse Cross is an SUV with some personality. But here's where, in my opinion, it goes a little sideways.
This awkwardly positioned LED feature cuts the rear tailgate and splits this rear window in half, not unlike the Toyota Prius or the now defunct Honda Cross Tour.
Some people are okay with it, others not. I'm in the not category because to me it hampers rear visibility.
While we're here, I'm a lot like Goldilocks when it comes to adjusting seats. Normally they take me days. This one took about 30 seconds, which leads me to believe that the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross may not be comfortable for a larger guy. Too bad I don't know any guys in the car reviewing business. Is it too small for you?
Actually, it feels pretty good. Yeah, it's quite comfortable.
My theory is blown.
Actually, I'm surprised because what I fit into, dudes normally don't. Looks like Mitsubishi isn't just targeting women as potential buyers. The rest of the cockpit is intuitively arranged. Accompanying the 7-inch infotainment display is a touchpad placed in the center console. Sort of like a laptop mouse, it's supposed to ease operation while driving, but for me, it didn't. I'd rather poke the touchscreen than look down trying to see where my finger is swiping. But Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard on the LE trim and above. We appreciate Mitsubishi's attempt to bridge the all-knob interiors of yesteryear with the 100% space-age screen designs of tomorrow, but oh, no volume knob. I hope Mitsubishi takes a page from Honda's new CR-V and finds a way to re-implement the knob sooner rather than later. In fact, I think they should take these monstrous paddle shifters, which most drivers of the Eclipse won't use, and mold these into one. In some spots, the Eclipse Cross appears more expensive than it is. Contrast stitching and piano black and carbon fiber looking fit and finishes festoon the interior. The SEL trim adds upgrades such as heated front and rear leather seats, in addition to a handy, if a bit large, retractable head-up display screen. The effort is appreciated, but granted, this is the highest trim level. Cargo space and back row legroom are good in the Eclipse Cross, though it's an either-or scenario. The rear seat moves back and forth a whopping 8 inches depending on where you need it more, either hauling stuff or people room. It's a really smart use of some limited space.
There's a lot of really nice recline in the rear seats, but it's probably easier to adjust when you're outside because the only way to do it is right here, and it's a bit awkward if you're sitting in it. The headrest is in kind of a funny place too.
4 trim levels are available on this CUV that's wedged between the more expensive Outlander and the slightly smaller Outlander Sport. The front drive Eclipse Cross ES starts at $24,290, including a $995 destination charge. Buyers can add an all-wheel drive option for only about $600, which kind of begs the question, why not just include it on all trims since it's standard on the LE, SE, and SEL? This one here is the SEL with the touring package and comes with a panorama sunroof, every safety feature under the uneclipsed sun, like forward collision mitigation, adaptive cruise control, and blind spot assist for a not too stratospheric cost of $32,310.
There's only one powertrain available across all trim levels, but Mitsubishi really gets it right with a zippy 1.5-liter turbocharged engine. While other CUVs like the Nissan Rogue Sport, the Subaru Crosstrek, and the Honda HR-V lack a little bit of oomph, the Mitsubishi lives up to its sporty heritage. And it's got enough gusto to tow 1,500 pounds with the optional trailer hitch. That's not bad.
While normally I quip about continuously variable transmissions, such as is mated to this engine, Mitsubishi did a decent job with this one. Its 8 ratios are nicely spaced, and it doesn't handicap that great little engine's performance like other CVTs are known to. The 152 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque work quite nicely, thanks.
It's kind of a shame, but the soft feeling of the suspension tuning is doing its best to eclipse the power that turbo is putting down.
Even driving at moderate speeds, there's significant body roll that kind of plagues this small crossover.
Even slightly stiffer suspension settings could really improve performance without sacrificing ride comfort.
While the steering wheel is a perfect size for my hands, the steering feel of the Eclipse Cross is vague.
If sporty is really what Mitsubishi was after, they could have capitalized on this great little engine with more responsive steering.
Mitsubishi covers the Eclipse with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, which beats Toyota, Honda, and Nissan, among others. And also means if you buy one when your kid is 11, you don't have to worry about major mechanical issues for 5 years after they get their driver's license. That's a long time.
And time is exactly what it's going to take to see if the Eclipse Cross can help relaunch Mitsubishi back into major player status. At least no one's going to have to wait until 2045 and the next total solar eclipse to cross the United States to find out if it works. And this one, you can look directly at without hurting your eyes.